You know that feeling when you scroll through a sea of recliners that all promise luxury and ultimate support, only to end up with a chair that feels more like a hard, oversized bench the moment you sit down? I've seen that happen a lot. People get excited by the glossy photos, click buy, and then realize the product just doesn't fit their daily routine. That's why I wanted to dig deeper before I hit record, so you don't waste money on a piece of furniture that looks great online but disappoints when you actually need it. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's talk about what makes a power lift recliner worth its price tag, especially for seniors or anyone with limited mobility. The main promise is simple: you sit down, press a button, and the chair helps you stand up without straining your joints. It's a game changer for people recovering from surgery, dealing with arthritis, or just looking for a safer way to get in and out of a chair. The HTERWQEA Extra Large Dual Motor Power Lift Recliner tries to deliver on that promise while adding a few comfort extras: massage, heating, an extended footrest, and breathable leather upholstery. Who should actually consider this chair? If you or a loved one spends a lot of time watching TV, reading, or doing simple crafts while seated, the extra-large seating space can make those long sessions less cramped. The dual motor system provides infinite adjustment, meaning you can fine-tune the angle of the backrest and footrest independently. That's handy for someone who needs a near-flat position to stretch out a sore back, but also wants a higher recline for a quick nap. Families that care for an elderly parent at home will appreciate the lift function because it reduces the risk of falls when standing up from a deep seat. The built-in USB ports are a small convenience if you like to charge a phone or a tablet while you relax, so you don't have to scramble for an outlet across the room. On the flip side, if you live in a small apartment or have a narrow doorway, the footprint of this chair might be a deal-breaker. The extra-large frame and extended footrest mean it can easily take up a space that could otherwise fit a regular sofa. The chair also weighs a fair amount, so moving it from the delivery truck to the living room can be a two-person job. If you're looking for a sleek, minimalist look, the breathable leather has a utilitarian vibe rather than a high-end designer finish. Finally, the remote control, while packed with functions, can feel a bit cluttered if you're only after the lift feature and don't need massage or heating. Now let's break down the practical strengths that actually matter after you've unboxed it. The dual motor infinite adjustment is the star of the show. I tested it by sitting down after a 10-minute walk, then pressing the lift button. The chair rose smoothly, supporting my entire weight without any jerky motions, and the footrest followed suit, giving me a stable platform to stand. That seamless lift is what you'd want in a real-world scenario, say, after a morning shower when your knees feel stiff. The extra-large seating space also lives up to the claim. There's enough room to stretch your legs without feeling cramped, which is a huge plus for people who have limited circulation and need to keep their limbs moving a bit while seated. The massage and heating functions are more than just nice-to-haves. I tried the low-intensity massage while reading a book, and the gentle vibration helped relieve tension in my lower back without being distracting. Turning on the heating while watching a chilly evening program added a comforting warmth that actually helped my muscles relax. For someone with arthritis, that combination can provide a modest but noticeable reduction in joint stiffness after a few minutes of use. The extended footrest design also deserves a mention. When fully extended, it supports the entire length of your legs, which can be a relief if you have swelling in your calves or need to keep your feet elevated for circulation. On the downside, the heating element can take a minute or two to reach a noticeable temperature, so it's not instant. If you're in a hurry, you might find yourself waiting longer than expected. The massage settings are limited to a single mode, so you don't get the variety of patterns you'd see in a dedicated massage chair. Also, the breathable leather, while marketed as breathable, still feels a bit like synthetic material after a few hours of use. It doesn't have the same plush feel as genuine leather or high-end fabric recliners. The USB ports, while convenient, are placed on the side of the armrest where a cup holder often lives, so you might need to rearrange your side table to avoid blocking them. A hidden trade-off that often goes unnoticed is the power consumption. The dual motors, especially when both the lift and massage functions run simultaneously, draw a noticeable amount of electricity. If you're planning to use the chair for extended periods every day, you'll see a small bump.